It's another episode of the Pin High podcast presented by Pin High Media. This week, we're going to discuss Max Homa's unbelievable win at the Fortinet, how Bryson DeChambeau got decapitated by a rope, and we're going to preview the President's Cup. It's President's Cup week, so we're excited for that. So let's get into it.
This is Jordan Spieth here, and
this is the Pin High podcast.
Right, let's get inside the ropes to start the week. Where do we want to start? Maybe the Fortinet.
The Fortnite, you mean?
Yeah, the Fortnite. I don't know if you saw Big Cat tweeted like Max Homa keeps winning the Fortnite and Max Homa replied to two-time Battle Royale champ. So
yeah, it's
um
true.
he's got to
Crazy.
put that in his Twitter bio. But how he won this event was kind of crazy. Now I will say I did not watch a lot of this golf tournament. I actually only watched 5 shots of this golf tournament, but the way that the 5 shots that I watched really pulled me in. So yeah, I mean, we are going into 18. Danny Willett has I think a 1-stroke lead. And he sticks it close for like a birdie attempt for I think like a 4-foot putt for birdie. So pretty much he has this thing locked up. Max Homa goes left of the green, there's a little like elevation in the green, and he has
You went for it in 2 though, right?
Yeah, so he had like a little short-sided chip.
Bunker shot. I think it was a bunker shot.
It wasn't a bunker. It was a short-sided like uphill chip.
Very
nippy.
Well, no, he had the bunker shot first, and then he chipped it over the green. Then he had the chip.
Yes,
for
right.
birdie.
But yeah, he ends up in this chip for birdie range, which is like a short-sided, like nippy little chip. And like obviously he's going first. So literally Willett only has to like 2-putt from 4 feet to like win the tournament, I think. Or like for at that point. At least that's what he's thinking. Homa steps up to it and just cans the chip. He was short-sided. Like if that ball doesn't hit the cup, it's probably going past like 10 feet and just cans the chip. And you're like, wow, like good for him. He's probably still going to finish in like second. Like Willett has like a 4-foot putt that he probably should make to win the tournament, but did put the pressure on. And Danny Willett got that like smile on his face when it went in, which at first I was like, oh, that's a good thing. Like he's going to can this putt as well. But
well, he also is he's like, oh, I'm thinking like, oh, all I have to do is just 2-putt this and I win.
Yeah, or not even. Yeah, so he gets he would have to make that
go to a playoff.
2-putt to go to a playoff. That's like worst case scenario. 2-putt to go to a playoff. He's like 4 feet. Like you shouldn't miss that putt. But he steps up to the putt and hits it firm, and it like lips out, and it's another like 4 feet coming back for the playoff. And like at this point, you're like, wow, this is like not over, but like he should make this putt. They should go to a playoff. There's going to be some free golf. Like Max Homa just made an insane shot to like get himself into a playoff pretty much because it wasn't, Danny Willett wasn't supposed to, or like it wasn't like Danny Willett was going to make that putt. Like it wasn't an automatic putt. But yeah, he steps up to the second putt and he misses that too. So 3-putt from 4 feet, loses the tournament. Max Homa wins the Fortinet for the second year in a row by chipping in on the last hole, and Danny Willett 3-putting.
He's hot going FedEx Cup. He's hot going to the President's Cup, but also, I mean, Willett, like he just pounded that first one. Like it was like power lip out, and both putts went right to left, or actually the first one was going left to right, the second one was going right to left. But like he was very respectful and graceful afterwards. After the tournament.
He's a Masters champ. He doesn't need to win any more tournaments the rest of his life. But I mean, it is crazy. Like we haven't seen Danny Willett really do much since that Masters. So like, see him holding the lead going into the final hole. You're like, oh, he's gonna actually like win a PGA Tour tournament, which is great for him. But that's not how it turned out. So that's a tough way to end. Again, I only watched I tuned in at the perfect time, like the 18th hole, and like I was amazed, but I was actually stunned that Max Homa.
But also, I definitely showed for the last 5 holes on live TV.
Something crazy
online.
Like that.
even the European golf in the mornings online. It's I
Football
don't know what the
Sunday.
deal is. Like NBC, like yeah, they have stuff going on Saturday and Sunday, like Notre Dame football stuff like that. But it, there's no excuse why Golf Channel can't put on this tournament or why another like they have so many channels. Like just
I know,
like I
especially
don't
with the whole
understand
like
it.
live golf thing.
Professional
Like
golf.
the live golf fans are probably like, well, yeah, I can watch live golf on YouTube like whenever I want, at all times. Like they're never not
Yeah.
going to be on YouTube. And like the PGA Tour golf you have to like find, which is a little bit annoying. There was a live golf tournament this week. I
think
think
Cameron.
Cam Smith ended up
Yeah.
winning it. So like, yeah, I mean, Cam Smith and Dustin Johnson are still like two of the top 10 players in the world. They just happen to be doing it at live golf now.
But it won't be anymore after the world ranking points start to.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how that plays out because like these tournaments have like good fields and like good players, and DJ finished in the top three again, and Cam
Yeah.
Smith finished for or won the
Well,
tournament. So
they have 12 good players, and they when you get down to 54, it's or when you get down to the 48th guy, it's like who the hell is this? So
yeah, which I'm sure in the future that's not going to be it. I'm sure they're going to have more players. Like it's just the way it goes with live golf, and I think a lot of people who listen to this podcast are live golf supporters, so we get kind of destroyed in the comments. But I am curious to see how this keeps playing out. Like Cam Smith's obviously exempt into the majors. Dustin Johnson's exempt into the majors. Um, I'm curious about some of the other guys that aren't exempt into the majors, how it's going to work. Like Taylor Gooch, for example. Like, is he just not going to be playing in the majors next year? Like, maybe.
I won't be at this rate.
I mean, he did play on the DP World Tour a couple weeks ago, so like those are some
But
ranking
I think
points. But
Reed's playing there this week too.
yeah, so like I think there's going to be a way for them to get in, but it is interesting to see how it play out and like what other players will go there. But that wasn't even the biggest story from Live Golf this week. Cam Smith winning. It was Bryson DeChambeau taking over the news
Being
waves.
decapitated,
He got decapitated by a rope,
which
which
is not our words. It's not our being decapitated is not our words, but it was the announcer's words.
yes. Like I mean, just like I'm sure everybody saw it by now because it went pretty viral, but like somebody's holding up a rope for Bryson. He's gonna walk underneath it like they normally do because he went like left off the tee or whatever. And usually you just go right under the rope, but the rope hit him like right in the face, and then Bryson just had like a meltdown. He's like,
He said he
he's like,
almost
what
went
the
blind.
what the f? And then like started like swearing, and then like was like, I can't see anything. And then I was like, oh boy, like, well, can he just be like a normal person? I feel like a normal person would have gotten hit with the rope and like gotten right up and like laughed it off. But
Laughed it
Bryson
off.
Bryson was on the ground seeking medical attention
Of
after
course it
getting
was.
hit in the face with a rope.
What else would he be doing?
I guess more eyeballs to live golf, I guess, for other reasons than the golf. But yeah, that was kind of funny to see happen for Bryson, and it's just like,
That's
yeah,
probably
Bryson's gonna stay Bryson. He's a weird guy. I don't know what to say about it.
I care about that more than I do Cam Smith winning. I care about
I know
Bryson and
exactly.
Bryson.
Right now, yeah.
Like you said, like there's I care about more. I care about this stuff more than the actual golf. Like I could not care less about the golf.
I mean, yeah, I didn't watch the live golf this week, but like a couple weeks ago, the golf wasn't like it was pretty solid golf. The shotgun start is interesting. There's a lot of action going on, and like it's much better than it was the first couple tournaments. And I think they're getting better, and they're only going to get better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't tune in. I wonder if like a network will bring him in. Probably
It
not.
might. I mean, who knows?
I mean,
It's
I like that it's on YouTube. Like I like that it's on YouTube, but then when you're sitting there on like an NFL Sunday and you want to flip back and forth to golf, you can't really do that. Well, it's
yeah,
on
but
YouTube.
like also like how many people are watching YouTube? Like that's not going to get enough ratings for ESPN or something like that to take them on and say, hey, we're
I mean,
gonna.
they do get like they get like decent ratings, I feel like. I wonder if they outperformed the PGA Tour this week.
No,
I
I
mean,
don't.
they might have because the PGA Tour like wasn't even on like TV, so like they kind of screwed that up. But it is interesting. I don't really like that they do the tournaments like the same weeks because I would if like there's nothing on and there's no PGA Tour, I would watch Live Golf. But I think just because PGA Tour is on national TV and because I slightly am more biased towards the PGA Tour because that's what I grew up watching. I'm always going to choose them over Live Golf.
Well, it means something.
I mean, Live Golf should play their tournaments like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday when there's nothing on at all. Like, why wouldn't they do that?
I kind of agree.
It's like the perfect thing to put on the background while you're like working or like instead of listening to a podcast, you're watching Live Golf. Like it'd be a much better strategy. Maybe that's where they're going in the future. Like instead of doing Friday, Saturday, Sunday, let's do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Like you have no one, you're not competing with anyone or anything.
Yeah, just maybe just tape delay it and put it in prime time. I don't know. Like I don't like just like that might be a better option for them too. But
yeah, no, it's hard to find the scores anyway. You have to go to like the Live Golf website. So maybe that is a move. But yeah, I'm interested about how Live Golf will keep going throughout this PGA Tour season and if it like ever surpasses the ratings of the PGA Tour because it could.
I mean, they had what Sunday they had 182 peaked at 182 viewers on Sunday. That was the peak. Every other day was peaked at 75 or less, which is not like it's not. I mean,
competing with a college football Saturday and an NFL Sunday is also not good. It was never been good for the PGA Tour, so why is it going to be good for?
No, it's never going to be. I wonder. I'm not surprised why, like the PGA Tour is going away from the fall series because like it will give guys an off season that they can take advantage of those weeks where there is no football and there is no
right
dominant sport on especially Sunday in the fall.
Yeah, I don't know. It is an interesting thing. It's something we could further talk about next week, I feel like.
Yeah.
But we do have a big event coming this week. Now it has lost a little shine, but the President's Cup is coming up. Or well, it is this week. If you're listening to this podcast, it probably
I forgot it was this week.
Yeah, you did forget it was this week. Quail Hollow, the teams aren't as good as they probably should have been, especially on the international side. But I mean, it's still the President's Cup.
It kind of I think it'll be just interesting to see like Max Homa's playing. We'll see Jordan. Team golf, it's always interesting. Like I'm not just gonna not watch.
Right.
Like I'm definitely not as interested as I was, and I feel like a lot of people aren't as interested because it won't be as close. Like I think the US is gonna kill them.
Yeah, but somebody could always surprise in a team match play event. Like I'm sure there's gonna be somebody on the international team this week that like we haven't like or like is not really known by like most of the golf like people who casually watch golf. That's gonna just have like a really good week.
Well, I think
whether it's like Taylor Pendriff or like Kim Davis or
like Tom Kim. People like using. I think he'll play great. Like it'll be fun to watch. It'll be interesting. It's something different. Like people like this is what the PGA Tour needed again after a live week and maybe a down week in the PGA Tour. Like people are going to watch the President's.
Yeah, I mean, if you like,
we're going to watch it.
If you look based on like official World Golf rankings, like the U.S. only has 2 players out of the top 16, and the international team has no players inside the top 16.
Yeah, that's crazy. They're going to kill.
So, I mean, 17 at Masayama
on a bomber's course too at Quail Hollow.
Yes, which they don't really have the bombers on their team. Like Corey Connors hits the ball like pretty far.
Pendriff kills the ball.
And Pendriff is a bomber, but that's kind of it with their team.
Yeah, it'll be. I mean, I almost find myself rooting a little bit for the international side just to make it interesting.
Right.
Like I want to like come down to Sunday. I want like you don't like last thing the PGA Tour wants and like all of us want is like to be over by Saturday night, which was last time it was in the US basically at Liberty. But just if the international side could kind of make it interesting, maybe like they win a day at one of the first sessions or something like that, which is they do the Ryder Cup is 2 sessions on Friday, Saturday, and singles, but this one is 1 session Friday, 1 session Saturday, and singles, which I think
Yeah,
I don't mind.
foursomes,
But
4-ball, then the
yeah,
2 sessions on Saturday, and
and
then the
apparently the
singles.
U.S. is terrible at 4-ball, so then like I don't know, the international
Yeah,
team might win the 4-ball, like and then maybe they're tied or down a point going into Saturday, and then it's interesting. Like who knows? Like we don't really know what to expect, so we'll have
yeah.
to. It'll be interesting to see.
I really hope we get a Cameron Young Taylor Pendriff match. That would be an interesting match
That'd
to
be
me.
really
They
fun.
both like hit the ball like the same distance, like on the PGA Tour like website. So I
Yeah,
mean, I think Cam Young's a slightly better version, but I'd like to see a match between the two of them. I don't know if they'll get matched up, but that would be
Pendrith
fun.
reminds me of like a Thomas Peters from the Ryder Cup
Yeah,
2016, like
yeah.
just a bomber, just like and granted he's not with Rory, but
Hmm.
he's with he's with Scory.
I mean, yeah. Give me a Colin Morikawa, Corey Connors match, ball strikers.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, I don't know. There is like some fun combinations here. I'm curious to see how the US will line up.
It'll be Cantlay Xander, Jordan, Justin.
Hmm.
Um, it'll be fun to see who Max Homa's with. And he's won at Quill Hollow before.
Right.
Morikawa, Scheffler.
Yeah, I think Cam Young and Kevin Kisner might be a good pairing. One guy who hits it far, one guy
That'd be
who's a good
fun.
short game. That
That'd
would
be
probably
fun.
be pretty solid in like the four
Yeah.
ball. Yeah, I don't know. It is something that I do look forward to watching. That being said, do you want to get quickly into skins? If there is any skins, we'll see if there's anything here to bet. But
I don't have any picks, but I can make some picks.
let's get into skins. I mean, okay, so skins. Let's just talk about the opening odds right now here, because the US is -700 to win. So
Yeah.
there's no way that you're taking that number on the US.
No.
Maybe the internationals get out to a early lead, and that number kind of goes down on the live line, and then that's when you hop in on the US. But yeah, there's not a whole lot to really bet on these. I mean, you have golfer props. They're gonna make is any of these players gonna make a hole in one? You have, top captains pick scorer is a fun one. Um, you know, Max Homa maybe top captains pick scorer plus 350.
Maybe. I kind of like what was it? Well, their top scorer for the US, like Xander, he's playing great and he's gonna play that a lot.
Yeah.
Um
I like the top rookie scorer. There's a lot of rookies in the President's Cup this year. Like Scotty Scheffler is
ton of
considered a
rookies.
rookie.
Ton of rookies.
Yeah, maybe a little Mito Pereira plus 850 top international rookie. That's pretty good value right there.
Top card point scorer. Billy Horschel apparently is not wearing a hat. Maybe he turns into Rory. Maybe he's just channeling his
Maybe.
Rory.
I did see Sam Burns on like live from the President's Cup earlier today, and he had one of those rope hats, and it just did not look good on him.
Yeah, I don't like him in the rope
The
hat.
President's Cup gear is just like not as good as the Ryder Cup gear.
I think it's still cool, but you're right. It just
It
doesn't
seems
really
like
go for
off
me.
brand. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I just because they use like that President's Cup logo, it just doesn't feel exactly right. But
Yeah, but I'm just like I'm going into this week saying like, hey, it's something like I feel like I haven't really watched golf since the I went to the Tour Championship. I haven't feel like I haven't really watched a
a
whole lot of
couple of
golf
seasons.
since the British Open. Um, like it's something I care about. Something like I'm looking forward to watching. Something I'm like, okay, I'm gonna carve out some time. I'll watch on work on Thursday. Watch on work on Friday. Watch when I get home on Friday. Uh, watch Saturday. Watch Sunday. Have it on. Football's on. Like it's something I'm gonna watch. Some people are excited for. I think it'll be just good for the. I don't know. I think it'll be fun to watch.
I might throw a little money on Kevin Kisner top USA captain's pick score plus
I think
1400.
that's a good one. He's a dog.
He loves match play. I mean, this maybe not he's not a bomber, so it's not a bomber's course, but like or it is a bomber's course, but he could he wins matches. I don't know how to explain it. Like I'm glad he got picked to this team because he easily couldn't have been, and like
Yeah.
I that was like the one good thing to come out from the LIV guys not being in it, but it just kind of like it sucks for the international team because you lost like pretty much your go-to guys when it comes to this tournament at least.
I agree. I think just I don't know. I think it's Kevin Kisner. I think he's good for this course, and he actually played well here in the PGA back in 2017 when Justin Thomas won. But I also think it's like a guy like Fina or like a Scotty, like something like Cantlay, JT, like they're gonna dominate. The Bombers are gonna dominate. Um, which is why in Royal Melbourne it was all about kind of like wedges and a bunch of good Royal Melbourne was kind of a quirky course, which I think worked well for the international side. And now this time it's just not that.
And this is a course that we like know too. Like everybody knows this course. They played there once a year on
Mhm.
the PGA Tour. I mean, they didn't play there this year, but like this is a known course. You kind of know what you're getting from this course, where like some other courses where you only play like either if it's a major venue or not even a venue at all, like you don't know about it until you kind of get there. So this course is a known commodity. It kind of makes it easier to prep for this tournament if you're a captains and make your team. So
Yeah, it'll I don't know. I think the USA is going to kill them. Honestly, I really do.
yeah, I hope that doesn't happen,
I
but
hope it
it
doesn't
might.
happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just like Trevor Immelman. I've heard a lot of good things about him, like trying to fire the guys. Just like not like just like go out there and have fun. Like you have no pressure on you. Like just go out there, have fun, and like play loose. And it's probably gonna work out, and you're better than trying to play tight. Like
Yeah.
they literally they have nothing to lose. Um,
You never know what's going to happen on the Green Mile, which is usually 16 through 18, but they moved it up for this, so it's
they
13
did.
through 15, so that like you get the Green Mile because of match play. Some of the matches might be over before 18, so you get the Green Mile in 13 through 15.
That's so why like that's weird.
I kind of
They
like it.
changed the
I
layout of
like
the
that you get
course.
the Green Mile. You get the Green Mile like no matter what, pretty much you're getting the Green Mile. Like it could decide your matches pretty much, which I like. Where if
Really?
like oh you like oh the match is over by 16, like 17 and 18 you don't get. So I
I
don't know.
didn't realize.
I kind of like that move.
I didn't realize that at all. I think that'll make it interesting. That I mean, those are crucial holes too. Yeah, like the
Yeah,
par five.
especially those are like your middle holes
I
there
don't
that
know, not par
matter.
five.
Like,
Yeah, long par four, long par three, long par four. Wow, that's a good finishing hole though. Like I wonder
it is. I don't know which
what
hole you
replaced
finish
the
it on.
finishing hole. That'll be interesting. Honestly, I probably should have looked at this. I wish I realized it more in advance. I was gone last weekend. Went to watch a bad football team play a good football team in Columbia, South Carolina, and I didn't realize that this weekend was the President's Cup. So I like
Yeah,
maybe I'll try to go one day,
yeah. I
but
mean
that's also
the
a few hours
the
away.
international team has struggled like when they come and play in the US. Like
Yeah,
apparently, so I'm looking at the stat here, gonna get it right. They have not gotten within 2 points since the President's Cup in 1996, which was like the second
and they won.
President's Cup. Yeah.
Yeah,
So like on US soil. So
yeah,
that's kind of
and they
yeah.
haven't won. They've only won one President's Cup
Yeah. So
total.
I don't know why that is because I feel like they usually have like decent teams. Like there's good players out of Australia and like Canada and Korea and it's just like I mean I don't know. I feel like if they had their full team it'd be a lot closer this year. You know, Cam Smith coming off like his best PGA Tour season, like probably was runner up to Player of the Year to Scotty Scheffler. I mean, it is pretty wild.
It's who knows? Maybe 2 years from now we'll be seeing live players back in this. Maybe Ryder Cup next year we'll be seeing more live players back in this. It's just of all teams to get decimated the hardest, it was the international team. And like there's no Louis, there's no Cam, there's no uh God, who else? Neiman. There's no I don't know here. I don't know if he would have made the team, but like there's multiple guys that would have been on that team and that are not there. And it just like I said, it diminishes the product, but it'll be like they might like maybe they make more changes. Maybe they make it men and women. Like maybe it's like the woman like the women play against the Koreans. Like that would be interesting. Like people would, I think that would be make it more inclusive and also appeal to a lot more people too, and make it even closer. Who knows?
It is interesting. Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
that's
there's. I think they can. I think they have an opportunity to kind of mess around with it and maybe the format or the players involved and say, okay, maybe this works one year and like it will never be the Ryder Cup. It just won't in terms of the intensity. There is intensity, but it won't be the Ryder Cup in terms of like the Rory and Patrick Reed battles that we all remember. Um, but like there are moments like Tiger taking his hat off before the putt dropped a couple years ago in Melbourne, or
yeah,
Patrick Reed's
highly edited video, but yes.
well, there's the highly edited video and the actual video where he still
That's
takes
my
his
favorite
hat off.
still. I love
Oh
that.
my, the highly edited
When
video
the
is
highly
amazing.
edit, where he like taps the putt and then takes his hat off.
Yeah,
The
it's
best edit
incredible.
ever.
It's
You
incredible.
need more of those in this sport.
Well, like, and then Patrick Reed, like Patrick Reed's caddy punched someone in the crowd. Like, there's stuff like that happens. Apparently, I didn't realize, but I saw today how Tong Lee, like just wouldn't speak with Ernie Els, who was the captain 4 years ago, and just like was completely off the rails, which I didn't even realize, and I find absolutely hilarious. So it'll be
Hopefully there's like a good
fun stuff
storyline that
happening.
comes out of it this week. We'll see. I
Maybe
mean,
might be some Bryson jabs. It'll be fun. I think it'll be a fun tournament to watch. We'll have stuff to talk about come Monday. Probably U.S. win, and I mean hopefully U.S. win, but hopefully there's some drama, makes things close. Yeah, we'll see.
yeah, cool. So I guess with that we could get in the clubhouse. I don't really have much to talk about. We're doing a staycation golf trip this week. Pat and I and a couple others are playing a couple courses here around where Connecticut, New York. So we're doing Hudson Hills tomorrow, Centennial on Thursday, and then
Centennial is good, I heard.
And then Patriot Hills on Friday.
Where's Patriot Hills?
It's like Rockland County. It's like Stony Hill. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Looks like a really nice golf course. We couldn't get Bethpage. We couldn't get Trump links, so
yeah,
that we're gonna go play Patriot Hills, which looks nice. So
Hudson Hills, I forgot about Hudson Hills.
Yeah, I've never played there.
It's so hard. It's very hard.
I'm prepared to get destroyed, but that's okay.
It is just so incredibly difficult for no reason, really.
Yeah,
but
I'm sure I'll get destroyed, but whatever. We'll see how it goes. I just got new irons too, so
what kind of irons did you
get? I got some Mizuno JPX 921.
Oh yeah.
I need more forgiving irons, so I won't fit. I didn't even like play last week. I just went out to hit them last week. Didn't even putt. Just was like hitting irons.
Yeah.
Iron off the tee, iron into green, and then just picking up because it was kind of late. And I hit them really well. So
that's good.
We'll see how that goes. Distances might be a little weird this week, but that's okay.
Yeah. That takes some adjusting.
I'd rather have weird distances than
than
be like hitting the ball off the hosel of my golf club, because that's what was happening. But
absolutely.
Anyway, I don't know what my problem was, but it seemed to have helped. So we'll see.
Yeah. And my only golf news I have is I have the Rapsodo that I haven't even tried yet. I got it last week, and I will be trying it hopefully tomorrow or Thursday. One day I'll go to the range.
Yeah, gotta let us know how that is. Maybe a little pin high review on the next week's podcast.
I'm hoping to go once on tomorrow, Thursday, then like quickly after work, because I work a lot later now, and it's getting dark out a lot sooner.
Yeah, I hate that.
Now, like on Saturday, I think I'll go and just like have a grind session one day, a couple hours, just figure some things out, look at some video, and I'm looking forward to it. I need something like this, so it'll be interesting.
Pin high review coming soon.
Yeah.
All right, so that kind of rounds it out for the episode. President's Cup this week. I'm sure we'll have plenty to talk about next week. So enjoy the President's Cup, and we'll see you next week.